Hey Facebook Live, I'm Jameson with RogueEngineer.com.
And I'm Jamie, and we just put the kids to bed, and we're gonna finish up this holiday, what are we calling this? Holiday
Wishing
build.
Wall? Oh,
Yeah.
this series, yes.
Holiday build.
Day 8 of the Holiday Gift DIY Gift Build series. And today we are bringing you a...
Wishing wall is what I'm calling it. It's a wishing wall. So I saw one of these and they were using it actually. It was either at like a wedding shower or a baby shower, and you write a wish for the baby or the couple and you stick it in the little hole. But I thought it would be kind of fun to do them for the kids for Christmas. And I was going to fill them up with kind of words of encouragement or maybe like a Bible verse or something. Just something they can pull out every now and then and just kind of uplifting and nice, I guess, for the kids. So, wishing wall.
And it's good. We can add to it throughout the years, and they'll constantly have something to look forward to. So, in order to build this project, we are going to need a 2 foot by 2 foot, a 1/4 inch thick piece of plywood, and a 1 by 2. Also going to need a 3/4 inch Forstner bit, and a brad nailer with 1 1/4 inch brad nails, 18 gauge brad nails. Also going to need a table saw. Yes, you're going to need a table saw with a dado blade. If you don't know what that is, I've actually got one right here. I don't have it installed because I'm going to show you something else, but this is just a stack of blades, and you can add these things to them to make it thicker. So that is a dado blade, and we would swap that out on the table saw, and that is what is used to cut the grooves.
We cut the grooves so you can slide the board into the grooves.
Exactly. So, first off, we're going to need to cut down 2 12-inch by 12-inch squares. Actually, you're going to need to cut them slightly less than that, about a 1/16 of an inch less. And that is just, that is because a 24-inch wide sheet, you're not going to be able to naturally cut 2 12-inch sections out of that. So, we'll do that first. We cut down 2 12-inch sections, and then we cut a
lot of holes.
A lot of holes. Drill a lot of holes.
So fun.
And what I did, rather than plotting them all out, I ended up creating a template which will be made available to you guys online as well in the blog post, and we just glued that to it to the board with some
spray adhesive.
Spray adhesive.
One trick that we found though when we were drilling the holes is we did it with the spray adhesive first, and the paper kind of got in the way when you were drilling the hole. So what we did was take a screw and just in the center of each of the dots poke a little hole, and then you could remove the paper so you could easily see where they were and the paper wasn't in the way when you were cutting. So it made it a little easier.
Yeah, with all these holes so close together, when you start drilling them, it tends to just shred the paper and cause a big mess. One other thing is, obviously I have this on a drill, but we actually drilled ours out on the drill press, and I would recommend that, highly recommend that if you are going to tackle this
85 holes.
So once you get done doing that, you knock it down with some sandpaper, just kind of go and that will, and try and get rid of any of the debris left from drilling the holes.
We also stapled some sandpaper on a wood dowel and kind of just went in between the holes just to kind of smooth it out and make it look a little bit nicer. So you can do that if you want.
Alright, as for the frame, I know I touched on the dados before, but what we're going to need to do is miter this, make a picture frame more or less for this thing to rest in. So this is going to need to be, I think I cut my dados, these are 1/4 inch wide by 1/4 inch deep. So if we've got 12 inches overall, the inside of this, since we're going to sit a 1/4 inch in on either side, would be 11.5 inches. So the outside would be 3/4, 3/4, 12, 13 inches from here to here. So what I did, and you don't have to do this, you can cut it out on a miter saw, but I chose to use a table saw, and I've got this really cool thing that I bought not too long ago. This is a digital
Thing.
level bevel gauge.
Sure.
So you set it first on the table saw, and then on the bed, and then you zero it out, and then you throw it on your blade, and you crank the blade over. Sorry, that needs some oil. You crank it over. Well, you wouldn't stick it to that side. You'd stick it to that side. Anyway, you crank it over to 45 degrees, and it can tell you exactly when it gets to 45 degrees, like within 0.05, half of a tenth, 100. Anyway, it's very accurate. So it's very good for cutting out picture frames, 45ing anything like this. But again, if you don't have this, there's many other ways to do it. To cut a picture frame, kind of like what we did here. What is next? Okay, so obviously with this one, we have already painted the edge. Can you go over what you painted and stained, all that stuff?
Okay, so I went ahead and painted the frame with the chalked paint, Rust-Oleum chalked and Chevron cream. The front of this I stained Provincial.
Yes.
And then the back of this, you only really see it through the holes anyway with no papers in there, but the back of it I went ahead and stained Kona. So.
Okay, so we haven't finished this one yet. We still have some finishing to do, so we're not going to completely assemble it, but
we're going to mostly put it together. You'll get the idea.
Kind of show you how it comes together.
I'm going to make this one for Brayden, this one's for Madison, so I want to finish painting that one.
You want to do this?
Go for it.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright, so I'm going to use a little wood glue on the edges. And put our brad nails in here.
So the other kind of fun idea I thought of, if you wanted to make this for your husband or wife for Christmas, I thought it'd be kind of fun, like a date night box, where there's those nights where, what do you want to do? And going out to dinner or whatever, just doing the same old thing. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do it like different dates, like wine tasting or going to a play or something like that. And you can put different dates in the box and pick them out. I think there's a lot of different things you can do with this wishing wall. So I didn't want to do it. Somebody was bound to mess it up.
Okay, so now that we've got 3 sides nailed together, it's just as simple as, actually,
glue.
We're going to put a little wood glue in here.
But we're not really going to do it because I have to paint it still. So you would put wood glue in each of those slots.
Each of these grooves. And that's just going to kind of lock these panels in place so they don't jiggle around if they are loose. Alright, so slide that one in. Slide the back one in. And then the top one comes.
Wood glue as well. Do wood glue on the top and then go ahead and nail it in. And that is that.
That is it. So, we've got a bunch of these papers. This is not very deep, so we ended up having to fold them in half and then roll them up and put them in there. But overall, this is a pretty fun project. And if you're looking for something meaningful, there is nothing more meaningful than sitting down and cranking out 85
words
notes
of
or so.
encouragement.
Some uplifting messages to your loved ones or whoever you're making this gift for. So, that is pretty much it. Do you have anything else?
No, I think that's it.
That's it, guys. Thank you all again for tuning in. For those of you that have been with us every night and seen all of these projects, thank you so much for tuning in.
And as Brayden would say, subscribe below if you're watching this on YouTube.
Don't forget to subscribe below.
He really wants to make sure you subscribe.
And those of you that are missing Brayden tonight, don't worry. I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow night.
Yeah, it was bedtime, school night, so.
That's right. So thank you again for tuning in. Make sure that you like and comment below. Let us know that you guys are liking these videos. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. That's it.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.